Well, hey there, Fred here. On this chapter, we'll be talking about Google Drive. We're going to talk about how to use it as a storage space, how to organize your files and all your folders, how to create files and folders, how to share it, and talk about the workflow from the teacher, student to parent, back to teacher workflow, and all the other settings that will help you in your classroom. So let's jump into it. Let's go to Google Drive. Now, to access Google Drive, all you need to do is go to your gmail.com, log in, and you will see here in a 9 dot grid. You click on that, and you have all your options of the Google apps here. And right here in the middle is Google Drive. Now, if you have a school account, it will probably look different. Okay, so take note of that, and now click on Google Drive. Okay, so here we are in Google Drive, and you can see we have a menu navigation on the left hand side and a couple over here on the top right hand side. So let's run down on the navigation on the left hand side first. All right, so here you have the big red button, new. If you click on that, it will give you options to create a folder, upload a file, upload another folder, Google Docs, and all your other apps. You click on more, and then they're all here, all the others, drawing, forms, and my maps. You can even go ahead and add more, but that's for a different video. Okay, so here we have shared with me. So anything that's been shared from another teacher, from your administrator, or from a student or parent will be here. And you can see I have all these documents here that was shared to me. Now I'm using my Gmail account, but I have actually two other Gmail accounts, and I share things with myself. So you'll see things here that may be related to my other Gmail accounts. Okay, and then this is brand new, been new since like around earlier this year, 2015. Google Photos. I have not yet synced my photos on this Gmail account, but I can do that in a saved space. It does not count against your Google space storage. So you can put as many pictures here and you'll be all good. All right. It kind of replaces Picasa. Okay. Then you have your recent, all the files that were opened recently and starred. Those are important. So go ahead and star them. But be mindful not to use it too much. I have a tendency to star everything. Now, trash. These are all the things I trashed so far. Now, there's only about a 30-day delay that it will actually stay in the trash. After that, it will be completely deleted from your Google Drive. Okay, so that's something to take note of. Now, down here, you have the Get Drive for Mac. We're going to skip this for now because that's a little more advanced. But you can also download Google Drive on your desktop, on your computer, and have it live in your desktop. And then you can see you see how much storage space you have left in Google Drive. Now let's go to the right hand side. Here you have your name. You have the 9-grid tool here, the menu. You can see there are other Google tools. You have the notifications, the little bell here, and if you're you will get notifications from Google Plus if you're part of that. Here is your icon. This is your accounts. This is where you can access your accounts, or you could add your account. You can add the other Gmail accounts that you have, so you can easily toggle back and forth. Here we switch to view here of the files and folders. I'm going to turn this off real quick, hide the details. So here I have the line list view, and this is the standard list view. Go back to the grid view. Okay, so choose something that works well for you. I have a tendency to like this view so I can see like a little preview, but I also like this view because I can see the names quickly if I need to. All right, but mind you, I'm on trash. Let me go back to my drive. And you can see that here. I can sort by alphabetical order, by owner, last modified, that was been edited recently. And this is the file size of each file you have. Okay. Here, sorting options, very similar to what I just said here. This is pretty cool because I get to see the last things I did. So you can see the last files opened by me. Here is the I button, the I informational button for looking for more details. So if I click on student A, this folder, and I click on the I button, just like here, I can see the activity of what this student has done. Okay, that's very helpful. I can see the date when that student A has changed or accessed that file. That's very helpful. I can see also the details of that folder here. You can see it's not shared with anyone else. And you can see when it's created, when it was open, and was modified. You can add a description here. When you see a pencil, that means you can edit things here, keeping notes for yourself. Okay, that's really useful as well. Now, I'm going to close the I information button, and I'm still highlighted on student A. And right here, this is the link icon. I can get that link to that particular folder, and I can share it. And if you go into sharing settings, I can give people access to it. They can edit it. They can view it. So type in their name. I'm going to send it to Sharon. Let's see if I can get, or my, Sharon. Okay. I can give her edit, view, give her a note. Down here on advanced, I can go deeper and I can change the owner. I can give her, if I add her already, I can change the ownership to her also. All right. So I can change the access to this. So this is important when you share documents with your students. You can give them open for just the specific people in your classroom or the specific parents or administrators. Or you can just send the link itself and anyone with the link can open it. Now, just be very careful when you do that. Like, I know if you send a link to a parent and they have a tendency to share it with other family members, just know that it's going to be shared. It will probably be shared with family members and friends. So be mindful of that. And here, public on the web, you may want to avoid that. You don't need to use that unless you have something like a banner or some kind of flyer. But even then, be mindful of that. Okay. So I'm just going to put it off to specific people and save it. And I'm going to type in her real Gmail account. I'm going to hide this for now because that isn't something for everyone else to see in this video. Okay. So right here, I can change the setting to owner. Say if I didn't want the responsibility or be part of this group anymore or this file anymore, I can change it where she can be the owner. So I gave her ownership and now I don't own it anymore. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. Press done. So these are folders. Okay. I'm going to change the folder color, and that's very simple here. If I go down to the 3-dot menu for more actions, I can open it or I can create a new folder inside that folder. I can move that particular student A folder to somewhere else. I can add a star, make sure it's, I mark it if it's really important. I can change the color here. I can rename it. And again, just like that I button on the top right is very similar. This is the same thing. View details, same thing. Okay. And you can download all the contents in that folder. All right. So let's jump to a file. So you can see the difference between a folder and a file. You'll notice that in the folder, you can see this little person icon inside. That means that that folder is being shared with other people. And this document, this About Us document, it's a Google Doc, and I can share it, type in their name, giving her that editing rights, save it. Okay. Now here you don't see the icon in the blue icon itself, but you do see the icon to the right of it, and you can see that's been shared. Okay. And again, you can go ahead and use these buttons here on the top right in this menu bar. Get the link, share with more people. You can see a preview. That's different between this folder. Does not give you a preview, but if you click on this file and you click on the preview button, it gives you a preview. Okay. Now I can just double click it also, and it will open up the file itself. Double click. You can see a new tab is opening, and here's the file that I can actually work on now. All right. So I'm going to go back to this, and this eye can be very helpful for you, which you don't need to open the file itself to see what's going on. So you can just skim through here. Now you have the option to open it in Google Docs. You can print it out, download it. You can share with other people. And again, the 3-dot menu for more actions. You can do add a star, rename, report abuse. Say if somebody may have accessed that file, you can and made some inappropriate things there, that you can actually report the abuse. Okay, you can zoom in. Okay, you have a slider button here. That's very helpful. You could also open in a different tab or a different window. They call it a pop out. So here it's another tab. Okay, same thing. And the X button. Okay. This button is the next button, so it'll open up the next file, and so on. All right. So that's how you can access and you can preview the file itself. Okay, so I'm going to show you now how to upload a file from your desktop. Now, there are a couple of ways to do this. You can click on the new button, on a new red button on the left hand side, and you can file upload this way, and then you can navigate to the file as either on your desktop, your documents, or your downloads folder. I'm going to use the desktop and scroll down to the which file should I transfer? I'm transfer the copyright and fair use. Open it, and it's going to be uploaded right here. And there it is. Okay, so it's been uploaded where I can actually double click on it and I can work on it. All right, so I'm going to close that. Now here's another thing. All right, so you can also find it on the desktop itself. Okay, I'm just moving my window here to the left hand side. You can click, drag, and you can drop, and you can see this incoming bubble popping up, showing that it's going to come in, and you drop it in. Click, drag, and drop it, and it made another second copy here. So you see I have 2 copies of the copyright fair use. All right, so you also see something here called converted. So this is an important thing to consider. Okay, so I'm going to turn that conversion off into settings and uncheck this and see what happens if I do this again, but I turn off the convert settings in Google Drive. So this file here is an RTF file. It's a rich text format. It's just notes. It's just a regular old word processing file. Click, drag, and I drop it in. And right here, you can see now right here, you can see the difference between the files that I converted and then this file here. The icons are really different. I'm going to double click it open and let's see what happens. So here it gives me a preview of this document. Okay, I can't work on it. I can read it, I can print it, I can download it, I can share it. Okay, rename it and so on. However, I cannot work on it because I did not convert it to Google's file format. All right. So that's important also. If you have a Word document like so, I'm going to find a docx file. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to open up this file on my desktop. It's okay. And it's saved as a Word document. I'm on Pages. I'm going to convert this Pages file into a Word document. Microsoft Word, which a lot of people have. Export it. There it is. Okay. So I have two files here, and here it is. I'm going to convert this into a Google document. Okay. So click, drag and drop it into Google Drive. Now you can see here now, I'm going to close this. You can see this big W, that's Microsoft Word. All right. So if I find that, it's called Scratch Basics. And here it is. I'll close this right now. If I double click it open, click, I have a preview of it. I cannot work on it just yet. Okay. I can print it, download it, share it, and so on, but I cannot work on it. I highlight it, I press delete, cannot do anything. Okay. So how do I convert this into a editable Google Doc? First of all, I'm going to exit this. And as long as I have the file highlighted, I can go ahead and convert it. Okay. I click on the three-dot menu here, open with Google Docs. And you can see now Google's reading it and is converting it into an editable Google Doc, where now I can actually change things around if I need to. I can add things, adding text. Now I can work on it. Okay. Delete text and so on. I can delete that. It's no longer docx, so I may want to rename this file and keep it like that. Okay. I can close that, go back to my drive. I'm going to refresh my drive. It's a good idea to refresh it every so often. And then I go see my Scratch Basics in Word, but I also have the Scratch Basics as a Google document. Okay, so that's very helpful for you. Now, if you want to keep that settings where every Word document that you import will always be converted into a Google Doc, you can do that by going to the gear here, the settings gear. Go to settings, and in the second option, you see convert uploads. You check that so you can convert all the uploaded files to Google Docs editor format. Click that, and from now on, even if it's a Word document, it will be converted to a Google Doc. Okay, so over here, again, you can delete files here. You can remove it. And remember, if you delete it, it will always be in a trash can for the next 30 days. You have 30 days until those are deleted forever. Now, you can always go into your trash can and drag it back out of there. Now, to Now, to remove a file from the trash, if you want to return this Scratch Basics back to your drive, you need to highlight it and restore it. Okay. And now it will be back into your Google Drive. Now, you'll also notice that if you click on this, okay, on any file in the trash, I'm still in the trash, you can either empty it, but if you want just that one file in your trash to be deleted forever, you go to the right hand side and you will see the option to click on delete forever. You will say again, are you really sure? And I'm going to say delete forever, and you can't undo this, but I'm all good. Delete forever. Okay? So go back to my Google Drive, and here we are again. All right. So the next step is that I'm going to show you how to make a copy of a file that's been shared with you. And this is important so that your students don't mess up any files, any master files that you have that you share with all of them, and you don't want them to edit that file. So your students will need to make a copy of that file for themselves. Okay. So on the left hand side, I have the shared with me clicked on. I find the file that I want to copy for myself. All right. Now, Sharon has shared these files with me already. So these are our podcasting files. I'm going to take one. So you want to be a teacher? I'm going to take that. Now, it's Sharon's file, but if I click on it and I open it and I start typing on it, it's going to go ahead and overwrite what's here. Okay. So that when other students access this file that's been shared to them from Sharon, it's going to be messed up. It's going to be my notes. It's going to be everything. If I delete something, it's going to be deleted from the master file. So how to avoid that is that your students need to click on that file and make a copy. Okay. Now I showed you how to make a copy on the top right here under more actions. You can make a copy. You can definitely do that. All right. But another shortcut is where I click. If you're on a Mac, you click on the Control click, and I have another menu pop up. It has all the similar buttons on the top right hand side. These are all the same. So I can also make a copy of that particular folder, Teaching Bytes Podcast, episode 005. Now, after making the copy, it's going to appear in my drive. So I have to go back to my drive, click on that, and then I should see the file, and here it is. Now it's called Copy of the Teaching Bytes Podcast 005. As a student, I can click that open, and good practice is have the student rename the folder or the file, and then maybe with their initials. Okay. Like that. Or you could have their full name, whatever naming convention that you want for your students to do. Okay. To use. So I'll keep it like that. Go back here, refresh the page. Oh, my name didn't stick. That's okay. I'm going to rename it. Press OK. And I scroll down. There it is. Okay. Now, you'll see it's gone now in my drive, the copy of 005, because I renamed it to FJ's TBP 005. It's also good practice that any important shared documents that were shared with you, to make a copy of that for yourself. Okay. So if you need to make a copy, you click, 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 click. I am pressing shift and click here like that. If I wanted those two, I can make a copy of those two files. So what I did quickly, I just clicked on one file, press the shift button, shift, and I just click as far down as I want, or unclick what I don't want. Or you can go ahead and click on a file, press the command button, and you can skip, choose files in between like so. Okay, then I can go ahead and click make a copy, and that will put it in my drive. All right, so I'm going to do that, make a copy, copy the 5 files, go back to my drive, and here they are, the episodes. Now here's a really cool tip for PDF. If you have a PDF file, say if you have a PDF that you received maybe about a year ago, 2 years ago, something that's older, but you want to modify and change it, and instead of retyping out the whole thing, recreating the whole thing with the new edits, or you have Adobe Acrobat where you can actually manipulate and edit the document itself, Google Docs, Google Drive has actually a way to take a PDF file and make it into an editable Google document. Okay, so here I'm going to show you how to do that. I have the ISTE standards for students. It's in a PDF file on my desktop. I'm going to take that and I'm going to drop it in to upload it to my Google Drive. And you can see it's a PDF file. I'm going to locate it. So here it is. It's a PDF file, says PDF. If I click on it, double click, click, click. And here is my preview of the PDF file. Okay, it has a lot of standards here, all right, and images, but I want to change it and take it as my own. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click off that, highlight the PDF file, go to the 3 more actions, and you can open with Google Docs. Another way to do that is you click, highlight the PDF file, control click, and I have that pop up also, so you can open with Google Docs. All right, and now the PDF from ISTE is right here that Google opened it. Now you'll notice that the first page will be the PDF, and it's now an image. You see how I highlighted the image? You can see I have the handles here. I'm going to change it. And below that now, I had the standards themselves. I had the text underneath. And now I can add more standards, or I can delete any text that I don't want on the new file that I have. So here I can go ahead and delete this. And now I have the words. Now, just to remind you, is that here's the second page of the PDF, and it's also an image. If I delete that, all the images are gone. Okay, so I don't have the images anymore. Okay, but I do have the words, and that's very helpful. So all you need to do to add an image, just go and insert, add an image, and find an image you like. You can upload an image by dragging an image in this square, this dotted square here. Or you can take a snapshot with your camera, or by URL, you type in the URL of that image where it lives. Or in your album, your Google Drive, you'll find all the Google Drives. Just like here, I have the dolphin, and I insert it and select it, and it will insert it here, just like that. Okay?